just to remind everybody, in the first round of the semifinals for these three, it was Aoki Racing and Saud Ahmed who put together the win here. And now it's up to Michelle Lobedan to see what she's going to be able to do. But she's well behind here at the start. But is she going to tap into that boost and make it work? It's all a matter of when they get to the line. And we are away. Bows out right now. And it looked like a really solid start right here. Beautiful launch. And we'll see how this is going to play out here. Really got that timing down to an absolute perfection here and has leapt out to a pretty surprising lead. But here comes Lucas Ordonez up on the boost as well and has got, crucially here, Shirley, to the inside.
Yeah, it's so powerful, particularly in these difficult conditions, to get that inside line on this big turn.
He got there, he owns it, and now he's going to come around these buoys, these smart marks, which is, I've said before, are technological marvels in their own right here. And now look at how quickly he got that boat turned and got that race bird straightened out. And he is going to get after it in a big, big hurry here. Danny Close trying to stay in touch here. And then Michelle Lobedan a little bit farther back. All three of them, though, covered by about 8 seconds. So still pretty close.
If Westbrook have any chance of getting into the final, of being that fourth boat in, they have to win this race. There is no option other way. So I expect to see Lucas pushing pretty hard.
Yeah, that's true. Sarah ended up in third in that semifinal run. And so, boy, you can see right there, you see how high that boat flies. And it's really important when you know you're going to hit one of those swells and maybe get launched airborne to just lift a little bit to keep that prop when it comes out of the water from overspinning and getting into that safety shutdown feature. And he was close a couple of times there, but he's doing a beautiful job. He's now stretched that margin to almost 6 seconds back to Danny Close for Team Checo, and it's another 4.5 seconds back to Michelle Lobedan for Aoki Racing right now. So Lucas Ordonez doing a really nice job here, and here comes Danny Close up on the boost and responding almost immediately as Lucas Ordonez. And you wonder if their engineers and mission control are watching what the other team is doing and saying, okay, go, react, keep this margin built up. That would be good strategy, I would think.
I think the engineers, because we've seen some issues earlier on, the engineers are also just keeping an eye on how high they are flying when they're at max revs, you know, really just trying to keep the prop a bit more engaged in the water.
Right now, well, Lucas had the fastest first sector, but Danny Close for Team Checo just set a first sector a second quicker than anybody else right now. And you're turning into that swell, you're in the wake of the boat in front of you. Boy, I just can't imagine how you look at that and say, that's the line I want to take, because by the time you get there, that could be gone.
I love that Timmy Hansen said, you know, when you're sitting in the cockpit, the waves are higher than you. I mean, we're looking at it from a lovely aerial, but these waves are massive for these kind of boats, and they're doing so well. Lucas Ordonez, he's a car racer. You know, this is not where he belongs, and he's really adapting, you know, so well, reading what's going to come next and just keeping the wheels on.
Yeah, he is. However, Danny Close is closing that margin down. He's got it down to about 4 seconds right now. So doing a really good job, and as a result, he has opted to do that long lap. And it's been about 15 seconds there or thereabouts as Sarah looking on. Obviously, a lot of angst here because, as you pointed out, they were third in that first semifinal. They need to win this, and it's the you know, of the highest placed of the second finishers when the points are tallied. That will be the fourth boat to go straight to the finals. So it's crucial here. And with that now, with Checo and Danny Close doing the long lap, Michelle Lobedan for Aoki Racing has jumped up into the second spot. But Danny, once again, on the boost and trying to come through and close it up a little bit. Second lap in the books right now. And with that, with Close doing that long lap, right now Lucas Ordonez, Shirley, for Westbrook Racing, has about 17 seconds in hand over Lobedan. So this is really close. Look at how close this is, side by side, foil to foil. We are looking at that Aoki Racing boat from that big camera right on the top here of the Checo boat. This is as close as we've seen. Well, you can see how that inside line pays off. Oh, we can feel that here, it seems.
That's such a good shot.
Amazing, isn't it?
We have a better shot than they do. So close, I mean, within a meter or 2 meters of each other. That's good racing.
Yeah, Danny right now, the only one of the drivers to have done the long lap at this stage. And he is at this stage about 20 seconds off of Lucas Ordóñez. And Ordóñez on that second lap just set fastest lap of this race at a 1:56.4. And here we see Lucas, look at that, just brilliantly straight lining straight into that long lap. But that battle for second still side by side. Fascinating stuff, as now Michelle Lobadan has opted to change the lineup a little bit. And it looks like she is going to be going for her long lap at this stage as well.
She took some big waves there. Once the boat starts to porpoise, if you can imagine, it's like a car with a really short wheelbase. You know, once you start to get the momentum, it's quite hard to pull it back.
Boy, and I'll tell you, that 20-second lead paying off for Lucas Ordóñez when he went into that long lap, because he comes out of it at the merge still about 6 seconds clear of Danny Close as we are about to start our last lap. Ordóñez for Will Smith's Westbrook Racing doing a fabulous job. This is now a straight up battle. All the long laps have been completed here. Ordóñez up by 4.5 seconds over Danny Close. Again, Westbrook Racing, Sergio Perez's Team Checo, and Aoki Racing by Steve Aoki, the great DJ. That is the boat, the race bird in third right now. And going to see what's going to happen here in terms of this battle at the front. Does Danny have anything left to be able to close down on Ordóñez? He's got 6 seconds to make up in about a half a lap, Shirley.
This is 2 of our 3 Spanish pilots, friends and families, literally within touching distance, watching this battle commence. It's so good.
Danny Close up on the boost for Team Checo, responding immediately is Ordóñez, trying to maintain that margin. And Danny picked up about 1.5 seconds before Lucas went to the boost, and Lucas is going to have the boost left. However, he has slowed down. He has hit some really rough water, and Danny Close is now under 4 seconds away as he heads in to this tight north hairpin here. There's Danny. It's that close for this win here. And keep in mind that the Team Checo entry with Vicky Piria finished second in their semifinal run. So 2 seconds, that's not going to do it. I don't think. It's going to be really important to see here. And it looks like Ordóñez has stretched it back out again. Had a really good run through the north hairpin. He is coming to the line, and he gets the win and picks it up by, he had a great sector there as well. He picks up the win, looking for Danny to come through, and we'll see what that final margin is. And it is going to be 6.9 seconds. And here is Michelle Lobadan, who, after she did the long lap, sort of lost touch a little bit and just has not been able to find the speed that we saw her have in the qualifying runs. And so she will be bringing it home in the third spot. And so it's going to be awfully interesting here, because Aoki Racing gets a first and a third, and Westbrook has a first and a third. So now that would be a tie break, and that'll be fascinating to see how that plays out. And I believe that is how you finish in the second semifinal, is going to be the tie break, which would tilt it here to Westbrook Racing, Shirley.